Lin Kai, what should I speak of him in this ceremony? Whether I should just read out his bias and say, you should figure it out yourself. Now I figured it out myself. That's actually the sentence I said to him very often. And I give it back. Well, I'm not used to praising my son in front of so many people, especially when Lin Kai is also sitting there. Let me start from the very beginning. Lin Kai was born in 1992, 4 months after the whole family moved from New York to Victoria of Canada. So people said Lin Kai was made in the US and produced in Canada. But they eventually moved back to the US from Canada to this city of La Cañada when Lin Kai was 7. I didn't know much about Boy Scout at that time. I read something from the Chinese literature that the Boy Scout is a paramilitary organization. And when the country is invaded by an enemy, Boy Scouts will be issued weapons. That's what it said. So I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised when Lin Kai told me he would join Boy Scouts. Actually, it was the Cub Scouts. Of course, then I learned a lot more about Boy Scouts later on, especially from Dan Jessie, who started the Scout journey of Lin Kai. As Lin Kai progressed in his strength, I've noticed his changes. From a certain point, whenever my wife and Lin Kai came home from a shopping trip, he insisted in carrying the groceries himself, urging my wife to go into the house to take a rest. More often, he was saying to my wife and me, "Don't worry, I will take care of it." So I always associate these changes with his Boy Scouting. I myself grew up in the turbulent year of the Cultural Revolution in China. After graduating from high school, I was sent to a remote farm to do hard labor. A few of my friends in this room also had the same experience. But looking back, the tough years in the farm actually have had some positive effects on me. After the farm, no matter what hard time I had, it is not harder than what I had in the farm. So I feel that young people need a hard time to grow up. That is why I feel so happy to see that Lin Kai spent many weekends in the desert, in the jungles, sleeping in the cold tent, eating the food they cooked for themselves. I'm pretty sure most didn't taste that good. He was doing this meaningful thing instead of playing games in his room or eating junk food with friends. When I visited China, I sometimes talk to kids in China, the children of my friends. I feel that Lin Kai is different from them. Those differences are the good differences. Those differences reflect his honesty, fairness, openness, respectfulness, loyalty. I will attribute these qualities mostly to his Boy Scout experience and to the adult men and women who are the backbone of the Troop 507. Many of them, those adult men and women, are sitting in this room today. My wife and I often discuss how wonderful many of the Boy Scout fathers are, and mothers too. Out of their regular jobs, they devote so much energy to the troop. Many fathers in China would be spending their spare time with their business connections in restaurants or enjoying themselves in the red light streets. This is why I'm so happy that Lin Kai has grown up in this great country. I remember many years ago, one evening, I was tired and sat in front of TV for many hours, drinking beer. My wife said to me, "Don't set a bad example for Lin Kai." I replied to her, "Don't worry, Lin Kai has many good examples in the Boy Scouts." Getting the Eagle Scout is not the end of the journey. Lin Kai will be facing many challenges in his future. But this Eagle Scout title, which he will carry with him for life, will remind him of the spirit of Boy Scout and will help him in every step he will be making. Congratulations, Lin Kai.
He's got a lot of other people he can look to. We have a slideshow now, Scouting Through the Life. We pictured a slideshow that Mr. Nybach is going to present.
这个 video